You hear that? Yeah, me neither. That's the welterweight division when it comes to mentioning Errol Spence's name right now. You know, ain't nobody saying Errol Spence's name. You know, what Destiny Child say my name, say my name. They feeling kind of scary. But everybody got an opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. And, you know, it was, you know what, man? You know, Errol Spence. What you think about Errol Spence? You know, he got to pay his dues, you know. Maybe, you know, he get a world championship, you know, man. And then maybe, you know, somebody, we step up and fight him. But if, you know, if he had a Gennady Golovkin moment as far as showing a little vulnerability versus Kell Brook and Danny Jacobs, motherfuckers would have been blowing that phone up to fight Errol Spence. And that's how you know he dominated the Kell Brook in a fashion. Because if he would have showed that some real kinks in his armor, some real gaping holes in this game, oh my God. Everybody on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook would have been calling his name out. He would have had a September fight. He had a September opponent before he even had that September date. Every eyeball will be on the set, will be on Errol Spence, to quote Michael Irvin. And they say Houston, they got a problem. Yeah, the Charlos, but Dallas got a problem too, and that's Errol Spence. You think somebody gonna line up to fight Errol Spence in Dallas? You think somebody gonna line up to fight Errol Spence in space? Vegas? Antarctica? Alaska? Australia? None of these motherfuckers want that work. But most of these motherfuckers had an opinion on him, you know what I mean? You look at Sean Porter, you know, oh, me and my dad gonna go over there and show everybody, you know, we gonna help him out with Kell Brook. We know we got our ass whooped by Kell Brook, but we gonna help him out, show that we close friends, so, you know, people won't mention that, you know, Kell Brook versus Sean Porter. I'm just talking shit. But Sean Porter did an interview with Ego, and I think it was at the Boxing Expo. I think that was before Kell Brook and Errol Spence fought. Sean Porter said, my number one option is a rematch with Keith Thurman. Understandably so. And with Danny Garcia. Didn't mention Errol Spence's name, not at all. But probably one of the reasons that Sean didn't mention Errol Spence's name is because after he lost to Kell Brook, the IBF completely dropped him out the top 10, top 15. So he probably don't want to fuck with him. But I ain't saying they scared, though. You know, but you don't see nobody saying that man's name. But when Golovkin had that little chink in his armor, I'm not saying it was weak or nothing, but when people say all over vulnerability, Canelo wanted to call, oh yeah, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Billy Joe Saunders, oh, let's make a deal. Chrissy Banks Jr., yep. But Earl, that's how you know they know he a motherfucking killer. Keith Thurman, oh, you know, I injured my elbow. You know, I think I'll come back this year. Then it's going to turn into, I'll take a nice little a warm-up fight. You know, when him and Earl was on the same motherfucking set, that motherfucker was shook. He wasn't as confident as he usually is. When he was calling on American, one time, all the time, this time, that time, one time. I might do it more than one time, but it only took one time, even though I took 3 times. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's very, you know, passive when talking about Earl Spence. Oh, he got to do this, he got to do that. You know what I mean? Lamar Peterson passed up on the opportunity to fight Kell Brook. To fight Errol Spence. Oh, no, I don't want the IBF. You know, I held it at 140, but I don't want it. Errol Spence can have it. He can have it. You know what? You know, I was talking about moving up to 160, but I'm scared of a 147 pounder. You know what I mean? Oh, punk ass. These punk ass motherfucker fighters. Oh, I passed up on Errol Spence. Nah, I'm okay. Pacquiao over there fighting Jeff Warren, getting ready to fight in Australia. That's my promoter. You know? Terrence Crawford. I call out Keith Thurman. I know he got an elbow injury. I called him out. Errol Spence, I don't know. That's a different language. Where you from? Yeah, he ain't trying to fight him neither. He don't want that work. People say, buddy, do this, buddy, get in there with Errol Spence and get knocked the fuck out. This ain't 140. This ain't no 5'5", 5'6", 5'3" Gamboa, Felix Diaz. This ain't no Hank Lundy. Hammering Hank Lundy. This ain't no Hammer Hank. This ain't no Derry John. This ain't no Thomas Delorme. Matisse might have the balls to do it, though. Matisse don't give a fuck. This is promoters that hold that back. Danny Garcia, see, bonus watches. He should be the one that's stepping up, taking his fight in actuality. But his daddy will protect him from Errol Spence. Dudes they ain't got that mentality no more. At all. You know. Tim Bradley. I don't feel any interest in fighting a PBC fighter. I don't need it in my career right now. You know, I fight Brandon Rios again. and help with Pacquiao for a fight, or I would just shadow box myself, or I think about Saddam Ali rematch with Jesse Vargas, or I've been hoping for a Cotto fight as well. You know what I mean? Big shit like that, man. No competitive fire, But at the end of the day, he ain't gotta say nothing. They gotta come see him at one point.